Yeah, like crazy big. I think the big issue behind that is like, how are they going to address the physical side of it, right? How are you going to address the physical side of that? Releasing physical game, we've already seen it be a big issue with a game like Jedi Survivor, which shouldn't have released when it did anyways. But I think there's something to be said with developers needing to be better at efficiently developing the games. Make sure that you're not taking up as much storage as you're just taking up the least amount of storage that you need to. But well, I mean, there's no doubt. Look, I mean, here's the thing, dude. There's no doubt that we're getting more towards a digital space in gaming, but until the entire world is connected to the internet, we won't entirely be there, dude. There are too many people in the world that still buy hardware and buy physical copies of games because they don't have internet. Or if they do, it is really, really, really limited. And so, there's always going to be an amount of still doing physical gaming until the point where everybody is connected. And we're still a ways away from that, dude. So, I mean, it's easy for us in many parts of the world. It feels that we're just there already, but we're not. There are a lot of places in the world that just still don't have connectivity, either at all or in just very, very limited capacities, And so, if these developers are going to be releasing their games as a physical copy, it needs to be entirely physical. No, they're not. Then that's what I'm saying. I mean, they don't efficiently develop their games to, always, anyways, take up the least amount of space that they possibly can. Right? That's not always their priority or anything. So that's kind of what I was talking about a little bit ago too. So I don't think you're wrong on that front at all. I think that we can all probably agree on that. So I think that's part of the problem, and I just think that either these developers are going to have to go no physical copy, or they're going to have to figure out a better medium to put it on. Optical drives aren't going to do it anymore, guys. It's not going to work. Games are too big. Unless they want to start doing the same thing they used to do back in the day and just be pumping out, which I don't think they want to do this. Not only is it very expensive, but it's really bad for the environment too. If they want to, if they're going to stick with an optical drive, they're going to have to start pumping out numerous discs again. And I just don't think that that's going to work very well for the way today's games are built either. It was different whenever games back in the day, like take Final Fantasy VII that had 3 discs, it was all linear. Very, very linear anyways, to where you would go, okay. Not that you still couldn't go throughout the world and everything towards the end of the game, but it was like, it would take you through a large amount of data first, and it's very linear, and then it would be like, all right, disc 2, and then you go, very linear, and the games aren't like that anymore, Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I've still got 3.5-inch floppy discs, dude, for like IndyCar racing. I've got like 4 discs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Carts are the best. Well, I mean, I think that going with cartridges, whatever you want to call it. I mean, really, what it is like what Nintendo does with like SD cards. Really, that's what those are, right? So you can call it a cartridge if you want, but really, it's just an SD card. But you can get very, very, very big storage space SD cards anymore, much bigger than what you would be able to get on an optical disc, right? So I mean, I don't know. Is that what these developers, these console developers like PlayStation and Xbox are going to have to do moving forward? Maybe not entirely right off the bat, just totally remove optical, but also have optical and an SD and a SD slot. You know, something of that nature. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. But they're running into a big issue now. Games are huge, and they can't push out just a physical optical disc, single optical. They've got a decision. They've hit a crossroads. They've got decisions to make. And again, I think that for most people, it's not a big deal. But there's a reason most people still buy physical. Most people still buy physical for a limited number of reasons. For one, it's either like collectors kind of stuff, or just because people have a bit of a nostalgia feel from, you know, that's the way they've always done things, or it's because people don't have internet connection, or a terrible one at that. So even if like with Jedi Survivor, it was still like what, 50 gigs, 40 to 50 gigs, even on top of the physical disc that you still had to download to install and play the game. That's a lot for somebody that doesn't have an internet connection at their home, or has a, you know, very, very limited one, you know? So I don't know. Oh yeah, Blu-ray's much too small already. Yeah, I mean we see it, we see it. So I don't know what the answer is, but I think that the media for physical games has got to change. We're at a point now where I think it has to change. Absolutely.